Alright, this is my first time streaming. I'm Abel Orihara with Skills Zerk. And today we are playing Galactic Junk League, which is basically a... close this down some. Which is basically a game about creating a giant trash can with guns. It is a pure PvP. I wouldn't call it an MMO, but I guess it's a MOBA. A MOBA being a pure PvP arena type game. I'm going to test and make sure this is working. Alright, it seems to all be working. I'm going to start by building a new ship. I'm not really crafting myself. I did get one ship up a little bit. Well, I guess you have to up your rookie ship to level 10 before you can actually start with any of the good ships. I wouldn't get too used to the rookie ship, as it's actually a lot weaker than any of the other 4 ships that you could choose. Go figure for the admins on that one. I have no idea what they were thinking. But you start off in a garbage ship in a PvP game, and you're outclassed by everything until level 10, which takes a while. So we're going to go with the battleship, because in the last update, they decided to nerf the destroyer. The destroyer's capabilities are made basically on, as you can read here, with the range increase, you're supposed to be a sniper. Well, they went and decided they would decrease the damage of the weapon through speed. So instead of being able to fire all your rounds at once, as a sniper would, in one shot and snipe them, you fire one round by another, by another, by another, after every, 0.4 seconds, which is actually, when you're in combat, every second, every millisecond means something. So, we start right now, from the last update that I seen, that a battleship was broken before the update, and now they decided to make it like 10, I think it's actually 20% stronger than what it was. A battleship has enough HP before the update that it could take the strongest damage, which is a destroyer, with 8 to 10 different guns that only a destroyer can have, called an Uber Cannon. It can take all 10 rounds at once and still survive, about 10 times at full volley, and it takes 4 seconds between each gun before the update. Now, with the update, or nerf rather, you have 4 seconds plus 0.4 seconds for every gun firing before each one's reloaded. And you can't fire them all at once, so a destroyer is basically a slow-shooting garbage ship, which is weaker than a rookie ship by my guess. A battleship, on the other hand, having over 10, 20, maybe 12 times more health. Rather, if a destroyer has 10,000 health, a battleship has about 120,000 health whenever you level it up. Alright, so we're going to become a battleship, as it's broken, basically. And we're going to play with a ship that's already made. You can become a core and build your own ship. But I really suck at building my own ship. So we're going to play with the E-Ship Hall. I think that's what that says. It could be wrong. Build ship. Right, and then you get into... you can put stuff on it. I don't have the guns required for the ship, so we're going to have to put some guns on it. You click tab to go into your menu for all the guns, boosters, whatever it has. And I actually have very horrible guns for any kind of ship right now. Let's choose... Heavy laser seems to have the mid-range for damage. I'm really worried about what this looks like. Let's go ahead and throw one of these. And one on the side. Click Y. Alright, then you click escape, and bam, we have our ship. Which looks like a couple of slabs of pizza on the side. And play. Yeah, it's fun to read what people are doing sometimes. The game doesn't normally take an entire minute for estimated time, even though that's what it says. It's usually 30 seconds or so, but when you're very unlucky, you can last up to a minute and 10 seconds per match, which is why we're probably going to switch games pretty quickly after a couple matches. This is merely a test vid, as again, this is my first time streaming. And I've got to make sure voice and audio quality and the fan in the background's working. And I know everything right now is seeable, like everything I do has no latency, unless it's like a second latency. It takes a lot of upload speed for that apparently, because people say 10 seconds latency is supposed to be good. I don't believe that. I think it's pretty bad if you have to make your video 10 seconds in the future. Looks like we've taken an entire minute for the lobby thing. That probably looks pretty bad in this stream. Right, when you get to the scene here, you have a minute to look into the stats down here for whoever you're clicking. Now, when you find someone, you can actually go up and read all this, but I'm a very slow reader, so I don't even worry about all that. I look in here and look for the movement speed down here. Movement speed is important. If your opponent's faster than you, you're basically screwed, because there's a lot of what I'm going to call exploits that probably aren't exploits. I just suck at PvP games. 226, 269. We have a lot of fast guys, which makes sense because after the updates, as I said, snipers suck. What do we have on our team now? Oh, and another thing to note with these, because this is what this match is I can read my guys at nothing. You're normally going to fight 6 pugs, 6 random people. I guess that's player user group is what it stands for. 6 random people versus 6 people that made a group, which basically means those 6 people, they're already ready. They how would you put it? They're organized. They're 6 organized players that know each other and can talk to each other on a mic. And it's basically you can't talk to the other guys on a mic versus those 6 organized players. Now, since we chose a ship that was just pre-made, it's a battleship, it's probably very slow, as we can see with these guys. I also missed out on the ability chips that I should have mentioned before. I have no ability chips. Generally, this game is played with a warp drive chip, which allows you to teleport 2,000 meters away. I don't have that, so I'm obviously not going to stand much of a chance against anyone. People use that to reach other ships. How did he die? But people use that to reach other ships, such as charging right up to them. Am I even making this? Yeah, as you can see, the speed here, this guy is spinning around. I can't really hit him. I also forgot that the heavy lasers I'm using are a 360-degree angle weapon, which means I actually don't need to be spinning the ship around to do anything. The left mouse is the weapons trigger. You do have to have the guns apparently facing, and I guess they must have nerfed that because my guns aren't able to hit things from everywhere. But the first one was a warp drive that people used to get up to others, and the second one I used to use was the sniper's long range. They don't use that anymore. Well, hey, we have a lot of guys shooting us from behind. And the reason you see me still alive, I would actually be dead right now, but the battleship, as I said, has stupid amounts of health. Because in an actual PvP game, and especially in this one, after all these hundreds of hits by all these guys, and I should be dead, I'm still alive, but the admin, for whatever reason, Mike, who is the admin, he doesn't think this is broken at all. He thinks this is perfectly normal that I get shot by a million other ships, even though every other ship can only last a couple of hits. I hope the mic doesn't actually seem like I'm yelling in it, because in my house it sounds like I'm yelling. I live in a trash can, thankfully, with 4 walls that echo all the way around, and it probably doesn't help the mic at all. See if we can even get in distance these guys. It's another thing, if someone has longer range than you, which is a broken part for this PvP game, if they have more range, you cannot hit them, regardless if you're right on aim or not, you'll never hit them. You need to have the range of your weapon and have them in range to hit them, but there are weapons that have 5,000 something, maybe 6,000 with extra toggle buffs range, versus the basic range, which is 1.5 to about 3,000 range. Most people don't have the 3,000, which is a type of cannon, but not an uber cannon. It's a heavy cannon. As you can tell, I can't hit any ships because they're way up there. And my brain fluked, so I wasn't using the up and down velocities. All these ships will bomb me in a second, and I'll live forever. Until I finally die because everyone ganks. But that's general PvP, so I guess there's no reason to really complain about that. Let's see how many guys we have on us. 5? 5 or 6? As you can tell, this is a pub match, but because I can run in and take tons of damage, my team can go do whatever the hell they're doing. They're shooting at the enemy, and all the enemies are shooting at me, as we can see every time I die, and all I have to do is just keep running in the circle, failing to kill anything because I probably don't have the range of them, I'm pretty slow, and I don't have the warp drive or other stuff that people are using as abilities. A tactic I was using in order to level up a rookie actually isn't to survive the enemy, but actually just to shoot as many as you can and run away. Sounds pretty bad, but it's a way to level a weaker ship, as you can't do it in the ship I'm in because it's way too slow. With a very fast ship, you actually use the longest range to attack any enemies, but only attack them once and run away. Everyone will chase you, your teammates will hopefully be shooting the enemy, and as you can tell, people can be real jerks. They like to run in circles so that you can never actually hit them, ever. As you can see, all the firepower is coming to me from four different angles I could tell from right there before I died. And so my guys, as you can see the score up there, the 18 or so, that I can't put anything on it like a mouse cursor. But we won basically because everything will keep coming after me and take forever to kill me because I'm running right in the way, probably failing a lot with tactics, and my guys can go just kill everyone. But we were pretty outmatched there for an actual fair gameplay. Their guys had about double speed for each ship, but we didn't. Something more important. You have high score, most kills, and least stats down here for who does what, and obviously I'm not really much in there. I'm not even sure how the guy at the start died. He just kind of sat there, maybe. And you come back here. It gives you your rewards. You can get more rewards by paying real money for this gasoline stuff, which isn't worth it. And you get bolts. Nuts, bolts, classic. And you use the bolts. Well, at this point, I've upgraded a real ship, not the rookie ship, to level 10 or higher, which allows me to upgrade stuff for an amount of bolts. You can already see how this is broken in any kind of PvP game, especially a MOBA. So you use it to research, or you use it to upgrade, which I'm not going to do because right now my brain is completely airheaded. The ship was slow, so let's focus on that. We edit the battleship. No, I couldn't even see chat, so I should probably... I'm gonna lower the, you guys won't see this on the end of the screen, it'll only be on mine, so it's easier to see the chat box. There we are. Not that I think anyone's ever on chat anyway. Yet, it's part of the new guy thing. Right, here we are. I can see chat. Going to edit the ship and put on probably a dozen more engines. The engines are actually based, let's see if I have that. No, I can't move the arrow. Right, so the engines and everything you put on the ship is based on that CPU down there. It's right by the purple, red, blue bar on the lower left side. AP is your ability points. You get more as you level up. And CPU, of course, is your core points for building a ship. As you can see, I normally have 1,000, but because I got a pre-made ship, it already used a bunch of blocks. I don't really care where these go, just set them wherever. Guess I can't go there. But now we have, actually, to me, a better looking ship even. Awesome. You can decorate your engines and everything. Let's go ahead and do that now by clicking 4 on your number pad. And changing your engines, you generally have to, it's kind of like, it's not pay to win. The game is not pay to win in any way. It's kind of like Path of Exiles, where you buy add-ons which let you change your different stuff. So let's go ahead and change for a minute. We'll change these 2 engines. These are pay to win engines, or pay to win, what am I thinking? They're pay to use engines. You pay real money for the engine. And now we're going to use this other one. There's a ton of different stuff you can use, but as you can tell, probably anyone who's played the game, I've only spent about 10-20 bucks on the game. I think I spent 20 bucks just to get a few decorations, and in a PvP game, while I like to say this isn't pay to win at all, I somewhat feel that changing the different images around your ship could make it somewhat pay to win because your opponent may have no clue what you're using. Some of the guns that are Gatling guns look like giant cannons, so your opponent might think you fire slower when you don't. There's a whole bunch of reasons why that could be deemed a pay-to-win feature. But technically, there are no physical stat boosts or gains from it. We'll go in and throw, I guess, some more guns somewhere on the ship. What am I doing? Let's go with the heavy laser. It seemed to have the best gradual gunning. The game also, if other people haven't seen it yet, reminds me of a game called Robocraft. But the difference in Robocraft and the Galactic Junk League is Mike GJL, as he calls himself, which is the admin of the game, the main developer, and as far as I'm aware, the only person that even develops the game, which is kind of impressive. He's a nice admin. From what I've talked to him and what I've seen in reviews, at least the review I had and how he responded to it, he thinks more for the community. So he wants to hear your opinion and feedback, although I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about your feedback in regards to how he's going to make his updates and nerfs, because he completely nerfed stuff that people told him already that wasn't working right, such as the Gatling gun has terrible range, terrible damage, doesn't lock on, missiles lock on, have better range, on and on. Now, you may wonder why this gun is facing up. The gun actually has a 360-degree arc. I don't even remember how to show that right now. And what is this, armor? Yeah, probably armor. Alright, with the 360-degree arc, we still have to have the gun where it can aim at him. So it has a circle around where it's at, but it can't aim, even though it looks like it could aim upward, it can't aim a diagonal directional up towards the back of the actual gun. There. We're going to get back into a game. Probably boring the ass out of anyone who would be watching. Whoops. Nine, 10, 11. And there is apparently nothing all that fun in chat going on. Back in match, look for the speed of the ship, because that's going to tell us if they're just going to run in circles around us. Alright, most ships seem relatively slow, with less than 200 to their speed. And our team, we have a 304, this little bunny buster guy, Mount Pachi. I hope that's Pachi. He has a ton of movement on it. And our ship is, mine, super slow at 175. 175 versus all the others. We do have decent speed for this match, but yet again, I forgot to put abilities on the ship. Awesome. So we're going without abilities once again. No warp, no long range, no special ship thing, and I'm pretty sure because we're still level 1 with the battleship, I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. That's kind of odd. I'm feeling... Alright, the match should start in a second. Sometimes you'll see the game screen gray out, which may have even caused problems in the actual OBS screen that you're looking at if you're watching the Twitch. But it ungrays in a second. The beauties of a game that's in beta or alpha, or I think the admin said alpha. Get in the range of forever. The game itself isn't PvP heavy, so it's not like Call of Duty, but it does require minor amounts, I'm going to guess minor amounts of actual strategy to do stuff. For most strategies, having more range than your opponent, or running in circles around him based on his speed being slower, or running up and down, as you can see people doing here, which I think is a little bit much to add to a computer game. But again, all you need to do in a heavy cheat ship, as I would call these, the destroyers, is stand where all people can attack you, so your stupid team, which is generally pugs, your pug team, you're generally facing a team of a bunch of people that are organized, 6 organized versus 6 pug, player-user group, random people. So basically, you're gonna probably die 900% of every match, with that less than -% chance that you win the match. And it's basically either your guys are faster, running in circles around slower enemies, so they can't fight back, or having more range so that you can shoot your enemy before he can even get near you enough to defend himself. Or you become a tank, like me. All these circles, though, are, I have no idea why someone still plays a sniper after they nerfed it last time. But yes, you become a tank, and you sit here and let all the enemy ships attack you. Generally, I should be attacking him and running away and getting everyone's attention so they'll all come after me. As you can tell, this guy shot me a lot more and done a lot better job in combat versus me. And yet, I'm still alive because I'm a heavy cheat tank. A destroyer. It's not actually a cheat in the game according to admins and players, but it's a cheat to me because the health is way more than it ever should be for any ship. The reason I'm dying here is what they're shooting at me is rockets. They lock onto you. My heavy plasma doesn't lock on, it's actually you have to aim it. Oh, if you get your guns blown off, as you see has happened here, you can't fire back. A lot of people like blowing your guns off your ship, and blowing your engines off your ship, and there's no way you can protect them. Which is why a slow ship to me really isn't that good. But, again, I blow at this game. This is a broadcast of me failing at probably one of the worst PvP MOBAs I've ever seen, actually. There are so many ways to cheese everything. Like this guy that keeps going up, all you have to do is be either higher or lower than your opponent, and you can keep shooting them and they can't do nothing to you. So again, all about that speed. This guy's going to go down now, because, hey, that's all the game's about. Going up and down. No skill at all. Huh. Yeah, no skill at all. The only reason that was even a kill was because that guy who's faster went and fucking seen him going up and down. Generally, these broadcasts are going to include a better gaming system and filming system, and better speeching system as well. But all that stuff is in the mail right now. All the different hardware for it. Better Logitech cam, since the one I have is actually a few years old. And it's going to be console gaming generally, but right now this is on the computer because my console cam is in the mail. I apologize for terrible quality of probably the voice and the cam right now. Someone probably blew my gun off as I can't shoot him. Oh, your guns can overheat too, which is actually what's going on here. On the left side, that left bar is actually my energy in the ship, which is running out because I'm using tons of heavy guns that require a bunch of energy, and I was too dumb-tarded to remember that when building a ship. This is why making a already pre-built ship is a bad idea. Pre-built is based off the gear that you have, and if you don't have the pre-built stuff, it builds as far as it can to the ship. Yeah, see, there's that warp from earlier. I don't have that warp ability on the ship, so he can keep on warping out of the way. All my guns are off my ship now. That's why I can't fire back. Also, that green core that's glowing is that's the core of your ship. If that blows up, no matter if your ship has everything else on it, if your core blows up, you're dead. I'm just about done getting my butt handed to me by all these guys. Right there as it is. I think I had the second most deaths. Imagine that. Awesome, right? Second most deaths. I feel like that is a record in this game. Oh, but I got no kills, so this guy is technically better even though the scores ain't gonna show it. I think that's about enough for a first testing broadcast. It was nice to have any folks that watched, and I'll see you probably in an hour or so when I come up with something better to do.